Hello and welcome all of you to the Prelims PYQ discussions of NEVA IAS. This video we are discussing the theme of Swadeshi movement from modern India. Swadeshi movement is such an important theme in modern India because in the time period between 2014 and 23 there were 5 specific questions from this theme alone. Look at the first question from 2014 Prelims. The partition of Bengal made by Lord Curzon in 1905 lasted until. So when did it come to an end? That's the question. The First World War, when Indian troops were needed by the British and partition was ended. So First World War happens after 1910. So that's the time period that's given. 1914 to 1919 is the accurate time period. Second, King George V abrogated Curzon's Act as the Royal Durbar in Delhi in 1911. Third, Gandhiji launched his civil disobedience movement. Fourth, partition of India in 1947 when East Bengal became East Pakistan. If you know basic concept behind Bengal partition, this is an easy pick. 1947, that's the time of independence, can be easily eliminated because we all know that Bengal partition was revoked immediately after it was implemented. Immediately means in a short span of time. Civil disobedience movement took place in 1930. So that's not a short span of time, that can also be eliminated. Now we have two other options. First is First World War, 1914 to 1919. Second is King George. If you know the concept, second option is an easy pick. Otherwise, there will be a confusion between these two options. In fact, partition of Bengal took place in 1905, and the reason given by the Britishers regarding this partition was the administrative size of Bengal. But the actual aim was to split the national sentiment and to create divide and rule policy. So this was divided in 1905. The Swadeshi movement was launched as a result of it. But as momentum started building, the Britishers revoked the movement. King George V announced the abrogation in Delhi Durbar of 11th December 1911. So King George and Queen Mary visited India as part of their royal visit before this, and as part of their visit, they approved one of the popular demands of India. In 1911, we can also see the shift of capital from Bengal to Delhi. So 1911 is a very important year in Indian history. One for the shift of capital, second for the abrogation of Bengal partition. The second question, which one of the following movements has contributed to the split of Indian National Congress, resulting in the emergence of moderates and extremists? So we know that moderate extremist split took place in 1907, the Surat split. And what was the event that led to it? Here the options are very easy for you. Swadeshi movement, Quit India movement, non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement. If you know the time period of Surat split, which is 1907, it is very easy to eliminate civil disobedience movement, which is in 1930, non-cooperation movement 1920s, Quit India movement 1942, Swadeshi movement 1905. That's the correct answer. It is after the Swadeshi movement that the extremists lost the trust in the moderates to deal with the British. So that's the answer for that. And the Surat split, the context of it is there are series of, the momentum was building over a period of time, and the immediate cause was the Surat session. In the Surat session of 1907, the extremists wanted either Bal Gangadhar Tilak or Rajpat Rai as the president. But it was presided by Raj Bihari Ghosh. And as a result, the extremists lost their trust and this split happened. Moving to the third question, the Swadeshi and boycott were adopted as methods of struggle for the first time during. So these are the two methods of struggle, Swadeshi and boycott. You have four moments, agitation against partition of Bengal, Home Rule movement, non-cooperation movement, Simon Commission. Here again, Swadeshi, the name itself talks about the nature of the movement, right? So Swadeshi, did it happen after Simon Commission? No, Simon Commission took place in 1927. It was about having no Indians in that commission, so that's not associated with Swadeshi. Then it's about non-cooperation movement, the Gandhian movement. It had an element of Swadeshi, but not the first time. This is the key. Third, Home Rule took place at the leadership of Ani Besant and Bal Gangadhar Tilak in the 1914 time period. Again, it also had this element, but not the first time. The first time it was used was during the Swadeshi movement as an aftermath of partition of Bengal. Again, very basic conceptual question asked in 2015 prelims. Coming to the next question, 2019 prelims. With reference to the Swadeshi movement, consider the following statements. It contributed to the revival of indigenous artisan crafts and industries. The National Council of Education was established as a part of the Swadeshi movement. Now, if you look at the last question, the nature of this question is about the tools of Swadeshi movement, which is Swadeshi and boycott. This first statement has that element of Swadeshi in it. Indigenous, artisan, crafts and industries. So this is likely to be true. Second is the National Council of Education. There were a series of educational reforms or steps taken during the Swadeshi movement. So this is likely. If you don't know it precisely, it is likely. The answer is option C because both are correct. Statement 1 is correct because there were a lot of elements for indigenous development on the lines of self-reliance or Atma Shakti. It emphasized on honor, social and economic regeneration of villages, which is the core or the crux of artisans in India. Then Swadeshi enterprises was the core of this movement. We have examples of V.O. Chidambaram Pillai launching the Swadeshi steam navigation company during that moment. When it comes to say statement 2, the National Council of Education was launched as a part of this movement. There were other developments in the stream of education as well. For example, Aurobindo Ghosh was appointed as the principal. Swadeshi program of the national education include Bengal National College. So he was appointed as the principal of the Bengal National College. It was inspired by Tagore's Shantiniketan. This is just two examples of the developments that took place in the field of education. And this proves that both statements are true and the answer is option C. Coming to the fourth question on the same theme, it's from 2019 prelims. The statement goes like this. This question is in fact from the 2023 prelims. There's a mistake in the bottom part. It's from 2023 prelims. It's the latest question. Question statement number 1. 7th August is declared as the National Handloom Day. It's a current affairs. Statement 2. It was in 1905 that the Swadeshi movement was launched on the same day. So the background of this current affairs is given. 4 options. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct and statement 2 is not the correct explanation of statement 1. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. So, if you know the current affairs, it's an easy pick because 7th August was declared as National Handloom Day by Prime Minister Modi. If you know the context of it, it's again an easy pick. If you don't know that, then this becomes a very tricky answer because the option combination is selectly. Look at the answer key. Both statements are correct. So, the correct answer would be statement 1. Where both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. Prime Minister Narendra Modi declared 7th August every year as the National Handloom Day and it was inaugurated on August 7, 2015. And the background of it is Swadeshi movement. Swadeshi movement was launched on August 7, 1905. It had encouraged indigenous industries, in particular handloom weavers. Hence, the government of India decided to designate 7th of August every year as National Handloom Day. So, a current affairs based on a historical concept. That's the idea of this question. So, on a conclusion, let me say that Swadeshi movement is a very important theme. There are other themes like this, something like the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. Same theme, you have repeated questions. Here you have 5 in a span of 2014 to 2023. Thank you for listening.